I believe that you can hear me. My name is Sam Esquivel. Welcome to PodSpace3108. I am so glad to be recording this. Welcome to this creative space. If you live in the Fort Worth area, this space is designed to help people find their voice and share it as a podcast. You can share video and audio, but audio is the most important part for me whenever it comes to podcasting. Now, it is a bit of a challenge to find your voice and to be able to develop a long-term podcast where you're developing shows beyond 10, 20, 30 episodes, and to keep that going and creative, and as people want to express themselves, that's a difficult thing. And especially with the popularity of podcasting at the moment, it's almost easy to set up. It's easy to say I'm a podcaster, but to communicate right through the platform of podcasting, that's where it gets a little bit more complicated. That's whenever producing, understanding video and editing and communication, equipment, obviously headphones, and everything that goes into podcasting. Now, here at PodSpace3108, we can go all the way, right? There's so much technology, so much stuff that you can do for a podcast post-production. But I believe that for me, the priority is, what are you communicating, and can we help you communicate that? And the answer is yes, because I believe in the power of storytelling / communication. That is what we specialize here. My podcast is called The Failed Podcast. I produce a few other podcasts, including Coffee Break. Those are a little shorter format. But my goal with this space is to help individuals not only to be able to say that they're podcasters, but to communicate their message through the podcast platform. And so here you can come in, you can rent the space, and if you need me to help you produce and put together shows from start to finish, we can do that. But what is it that you're trying to say? That's the question. That's hard. Now, we can all talk, over a coffee table or whatever, over a cup of coffee, but to be able to communicate through a microphone so that it is something that the audience wants, that's where it gets a bit difficult. You have to sit down, brainstorm, kind of see where your strong suits are, where you need to work on, and then you can kind of hone it down and figure out what exactly is the message that you're going to put out into the world. And so here, as you can see, this is a 2-person setup. Obviously, I'm just shooting by myself. I could have easily moved the camera in another direction and got a different view, but I just wanted to give you the lay of the land. If I was interviewing someone, because on the Failed Podcast, that's what we do. I love to interview and spotlight people that sit across from me. So this is how I would be doing the podcast. I'd be talking to them across the way that way, and y'all would be enjoying the episode. And as you can see behind me is a screen where if someone were to come on, their logo would be designed, and it would be right here in the place of PodSpace3108. I have a few others designed that I'm going to flip through just to show you and give you a feel of what you can do with that screen. Obviously, there's bigger, better screens. There's bigger, better studios. But what we have here is a studio that's willing to, I'm willing to take my time, talk with individuals, and help them find their voice. And then obviously we have the equipment here. We have the capabilities of doing a lot more. Doing the things that are necessary to podcast. And so I'm going to flip through a few of these and see what you think. And so There we go. There's another one. This is just kind of like a blank background. So, someone might just want an abstract image so it doesn't distract from the conversation. Right here, this is a kind of a cool setting, and there is the PodSpace3108 icon. And here's another one. This one's a little more subtle, as there's a headphone and a microphone. Pretty cool. And then here is almost like a sound panel. And then here we go. I'm going to stay with this one. Maybe this is Fort Worth right there. That's where we're located. Obviously, throughout the whole DFW area, you can use this space, but we're located in Fort Worth, and so it might be more convenient for people that live in Fort Worth. So I'll leave that one up right there. But yeah, here it is. This is what we are doing. Thank you so much for watching. This is the introduction to this new space, and I can't wait. I have like 4 or 5 people, businesses, individuals who are going to launch a podcast with me here at PodSpace3108. And I'm going to walk them through the whole process, all the way from setting up who's going to host their, all of their files, where they're going to be distributed, and with the main focus on YouTube as far as developing a page, thumbnails, descriptions, to create a workflow so that it is not difficult for them to do it, right? And I'm going to help them through that. And obviously the creative side of it. What do you want to say? How do you want to say it? It'll take some time to do that, but that's what we're going to do here. And so stay tuned, because we're going to be showing you some of these podcasts that we're going to be developing. I might even bring just a friend who wants to launch one and do a short version of what the process looks like whenever you say, I'm going to DM Sam and tell him I'm interested in the pod space. What can you do for me? And I can kind of give an overview of like what the first, second, third, fourth steps are, what we do to fill in a bunch of the blanks, and eventually, right, once everything is rolling and there's an understanding of what's going on, then you're gonna be able to call up and just come right in and say, I need a recorded episode next Tuesday at 7 p.m. And it's literally gonna be plug and play, because we're gonna understand your whole system and process. So you're just gonna come in, do your thing, sit down, record, and then within a matter of a few, 24, 48 hours, everything will be edited, posted, and out into the world for everyone to see. There's a lot of intricate details that go into podcasting, but that's why we're here, because we take care of those intricate details through our experience and hundreds of hours that we've invested behind the mic and in front of the camera, and all that wisdom that we've gained. Obviously a lot of mistakes as well, but all the lessons that we learn, we get to pass on to you, our future client, those of you that are going to use this space. Now there's a full-blown way. You're going to come in here and say, Sam, I want to use PodSpace3108. I don't know nothing. We can walk you through everything step by step. But then there's another option. Maybe you have your own equipment. You have your own producer, camera, and so on, and you just need the space. So in that case, we will clear out our stuff. And at the very least, if you're from out of town, or you just need a different environment because maybe you're at home, you only have a 2-chair setup, but you need a 4-panel setup, you can come in here and use this space and bring your equipment. And there's several other things that can be done in this space, such as maybe you need training videos for your business so that you can, when you hire new people, or how to use equipment, whatever it may be, that will require a lot more conversation and understanding what you want to accomplish. But those training videos and classes could be done here with a screen, with the screen in the background. You could use to show photos of the process or whatever. You could sit here and record. There's many more things that can be done in this creative space, but podcasting being our priority. That is what we specialize in. We specialize in podcasting and communicating what you want to share to the world through the avenue of podcasting. And we're going to handle the audio and video aspect of it. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me see what we got here. Let me see if I can put a cool graphic up. That one's pretty cool. You see that? There we go. And so I was just playing around with a few ideas. And let me see. I'm going to pick my favorite one. I think I like this one. There we go. We'll leave this one up and I'll finish with that. In the description below, first of all, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you already have, thank you so much. Like this video. But if you need a space, you want to talk and see if what we have to offer is a good fit for you, just follow us on Instagram. The links are below. Maybe I'll throw a link up right here. I'm not sure. And send us a DM. And just write interested in PodSpace31, and then we can begin the discussions. We can work out all the details so that we can make this space work for you. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. But I am Sam Esquivel, the host of the Failed Podcast, as well as Coffee Break. So stay tuned. We got some great interviews coming up in our new studio, so I cannot wait to put some hours in these chairs and behind these mics. Thank you to everyone who tunes in and follows and likes our videos. And yeah, we're gonna just keep this going. Thank y'all for tuning in.